I just completed a video on Woodworking with Wes about avoiding the mistakes in making a corner sink cabinet for your kitchen. In fact, if you're planning on building one, I want you to be sure to watch that video. Today, I'm going to take that information and actually build a corner sink cabinet. The first thing we're going to do is put together our face frame. By doing our dry fit, we determined the sizes that we needed for our face frame, and we also took into account the cabinets that are next to coming in from each side, and that's why we have a little wider stiles. We're going to be drilling the end of our rail pieces on our Craig boring machine. And here's our face frame all put together. Let's start nailing the actual cabinet together. I now have the sides nailed on, I've got my back piece nailed on, and I have my hanging cleat and support pieces on the top side of the back ready to receive the 1/4 inch back. Let's put that on next. We'll nail our 1/4 inch back on with 3/4 inch small crown staples. The reason I'm putting one back on is because that will hold it square while we go ahead and get our face frame nailed on the front. With the cabinet mostly complete for the back side, it's now time to work on the front side. Remember these stretchers that we made that are going to go up top? We'll put one here and get it nailed in, and then another one 5.5 inches down, just like we would do on a normal top drawer spacing. Let's go ahead and get that put in. Start at the top. We're just going to be using 18 gauge 1.5" brads and nail only. Okay, same on the other side. By doing our dry fit to get all of our measurements and our angles, it was easy to have everything all ready to go for our assembly. Made our assembly go very fast and very smooth to have all of our issues worked out, all of our angles worked out, and all of our sizes and everything, have it all cut, ready to go. We'll use our 5.5-inch spacer to line up our next stretcher. Okay, here comes our face frame. We'll put it right where we're going to, and our stretcher's back, the back of our top two rails. Our bottom rail is backed by our cabinet floor, and we're flush with the sides with our angles being right where they should be. We're going to go ahead and glue and face nail our face frame on. Okay, and we'll fill our nail holes with Famawood wood putty. Now that my putty is all dry, it's time to sand the face frame. 100 grit first. After 80 grit, 120. Before I do the final sand with 150, I take a piece of 150 paper and go around and break all of the edges, all the sharp edges, so that we don't have any sharp edges on our face frame, inside and out. And now 150. I have my sanding all done, and it's time for stain. We're using Sherwood wiping stain mixed to a color of library oak, which is one of their standard colors. We've mixed our stain up good, so we're ready to go. Because it's just a small area, I'm just going to apply it and wipe it off with a paper towel. We don't need to sand inside of the frame on the upper part here, because this is a false face. It's because this is a sink, there won't be a drawer there or anything like that. But we do have to stain on the inside of the frame the rest of the way down. And I taped off against my white melamine floor because I don't want any stain on my interior of my cabinet. Sherwood wiping stain is a nice stain. It's one that I use quite often. It's an oil-based stain, and it has a nice creamy finish, or not creamy finish, creamy application type feel to it. It wipes on good, and it wipes off and cleans off really well. And it really brings the grain out in the wood, just like that. This is a color that was chosen by my family member that I'm doing the kitchen for. She wanted to have a nice dark rich oak for her color, and this library oak was what she chose, and it's a great color. Okay, let me finish up on the stain. I've allowed my stain to dry, the recommended a little bit more actually than the recommended 1 hour that it tells. I'm going to show you a little trick that I use. Now remember, we have nailed this face frame on the cabinet and we're getting ready to spray a coat of lacquer, but I don't want all of the overspray on the inside of my cabinet. I taped off my front edge for my stain, that kept it off of my white finish, but now I don't want my lacquer to be all over in here. I always keep a little piece of heavy cardboard, and I'll show you, I cut it to pressure fit it into my areas like that, and there, like that, it's all sealed off and it won't get on the inside. And I have another piece, if this is the, I have to get around the back side and do this one, but you watch it go in. Because my cabinet is so big and I don't have much of it area to spray, I'm going to spray it right here on my workbench so I don't have to move it around. After my lacquer dried, I took my sanding sponge, gave it a nice sand and a second coat of lacquer. Once that was all dry, I took my cardboard pieces out, I nailed my other back in, and the only thing I have left to do, because this is a sink, we have a false face. And these will be false face mounting blocks. I'll put those in and we'll be ready for drawer face and doors. Well, I hope you enjoyed our build of a corner sink cabinet for a kitchen. And we'll see you next time on Woodworking with Wes.